The Thunder wrapped up practice before a very busy week. Lesley McCaslin along with Brian Davis, in which they played two back-to-backs, starting with Portland and San Antonio. But it's an interesting place to be because they are halfway through the season before this difficult week. 41 games in, 31-10, 18-3 at home, Brian. And today, Coach Brooks and the players kind of talked about what they're happy with through the first half of the season, and that's development and growth that they've seen.
Well, Lesley, if you're a Thunder fan, how can you not be happy with the way that Kevin Durant is playing? But there are some other things. Serge Ibaka, for instance, with 20 points in 3 straight games now, first time in his career. If you look at the victory on Sunday night, the Thunder's bigs contributed 6 of the team's 23 assists against Sacramento. This team is playing better basketball at a higher level, but also more multiple basketball that makes it tougher for them to defend.
Yeah, the veterans are definitely growing, and so are the young guys like Steven Adams, Jeremy Lamb. Here's what Coach Brooks had to say about that.
I think our team has grown over the last 3 months, and that's what you want to see as the coach. You want to see improvement, and you want to see the work that we put in on the floor transfer over to games. And we don't focus on wins and losses, but obviously they are important.
Now the team hosts Portland on Tuesday night, and the first night of a back-to-back with Portland and San Antonio. And BD, we don't say this very much, but Portland won both of the meetings already this season. So this is a big game for the team, and particularly one of the things they talked about today was that they had to do a better job defensively on LaMarcus Aldridge.
Well, if you look at LaMarcus Aldridge, he's a guy, there are some guys in this league that you can disrupt them offensively by pushing them off the spots from which they want to shoot. Aldridge, you can't do that. He's got double-doubles in both games against the Thunder, and both times he has made very, very difficult shots. And Scott Brooks says, look, you know, the bottom line is we've just got to raise our level of play against him.
The first time we played him, he was making a lot of tough shots around the block area. And then last game, he made every tough 2. And those are the shots that you want to make teams take. And he's one of the few guys, like we have a couple of guys that make that 17-foot shot consistently. And he was, I mean, most of his points were from that area.
I mean, they're a great shooting basketball team, you know, from the three-point line and the tough 2 area. You know, you know, I think that's what opens up, you know, their pain points is shooting those tough 2s. What we call them. I mean, it may not be tough for those guys, but that's what we call them in this league is tough 2s. 17, 15 footers, and then they hit 3s too. So, you know, we have to stay attached to our man and just help each other out and rotate quicker.
Lesley, I think it's also important to note that not only is the Thunder playing much better at the offensive end, more multiple, more dangerous, they are also playing much better defensive basketball than they were when they played the Trailblazers here on New Year's Eve.
Yeah, they've won their last 3 games. They definitely have a lot of momentum going into this game and a very busy week with 2 back-to-backs, starting with this one against Portland and San Antonio. So remember to tune into the game, 7 o'clock on Fox Sports Oklahoma on Tuesday night. Thunder Live starts at 6:30.